Hey everybody, Sagittarius98, Adam here. It is time for the King of Landscape, number 5. And the score to beat at the moment is 13,405. Or rather, the score to stay in at the moment is 13,405. If I reach that, then I'm still in the tournament. If I don't, then we will see. But based on the players that are left to play, which are Freckles and Brett, I believe, that cutoff may very well stay that cutoff. So, 13,405 is really the goal I need to achieve. We will see. 3 minutes, of course, no moving as always. This time, provided by Pizza Guy once again. This looks like Croatia. Yes, except that house doesn't look like Croatia. I still think I've got to go with Croatia. The sun's in the south. That house almost looks kind of South American, but it's obviously not based on the sun. This could also be like, I mean, it could honestly be Spain as well. That house just keeps throwing me off. I feel that I've got to go with Croatia, right, or Montenegro, whatever, southern Croatia, because, right, Italy. If it's Italy, we're close. We're very close. Unless it's Sicily. But even if it's Sicily, we're pretty close. And plus, did we already have Italy? I don't remember. I don't think we had Italy. France is a possibility. Not so much, because we already had it. Spain, that was in Radix's seed. So we could have Spain again. If it's Spain, then it's not so good. But if it's down in Greece, we're still somewhat set. So I've got to go with Croatia. And hopefully it is somewhere in Europe. It does look... It has that feel of Croatia. It could also be Romania. Yes, it could be Romania. Does the house look more Romanian? Because if it's Romania... Should I go for Romania? Well, no, I'm staying with Croatia. Correct! Wow! Okay. That I did not expect. 6.8 kilometers away only. That's a good guess. I'm glad I did not go back to did not go with Romania. Wow, that's much better than I expected, for sure, in this challenge. So, great start. Let's see if we can continue the great start with the next round. There we go, loaded. Looks like New Zealand. Yeah, kind of. We already had New Zealand, though. Could this be South America? It could be. It could be southern Brazil. It looks like New Zealand. But these things don't look like New Zealand. That doesn't look like something you'd find in New Zealand. That looks much more like South America. Well, let's see. The sun's in the north. It does not tell us anything other than, yeah, sure, it's in the southern hemisphere. We knew that already. That building right there. Well, hold on. We're driving on the right, aren't we? Is that the tail end of the truck? I mean, that car... Is that the front of the car? The mirrors look to be further, which means that's the back of the car, which means we're driving on the right, which means we're not in New Zealand. Unless, of course, I'm looking at it wrong, and the mirrors are in the front of the car, in which case we're driving on the left. That's the shadow behind the... Hold on, though. If the sun's shining in this direction, it's coming from there. That means the shadow will be behind the truck. Or in front of the truck if we're going on the left. So that doesn't help. It looks like the back of the truck, though, which means that we're driving on the right. So we've got to be in Argentina, Uruguay, I guess. I mean, that building does look kind of like Argentina. But where in Argentina would it look like this? Unless, of course, it's Chile. Which is more probable. Of course, if we're in Uruguay, then it's pretty bad. But I don't think we're in Uruguay because it's too mountainous to be Uruguay. I say that with not entire confidence. It looks kind of weird. But Chile is sometimes a little weird. Chile has some interesting spots sometimes. Well, if we are in Chile, this is a good area to guess in. But are we in Uruguay? There's really no way to tell Uruguay and Chile apart in this case. I mean, This could also still be New Zealand, of course, if I'm misinterpreting things. But I think I have to go. I have to go with Chile. I can't go with Uruguay. It's too mountainous. Let's see. Was Uruguay? I should have stayed with Uruguay. So it's a little more mountainous there. Yeah, Uruguay makes sense. It's just the mountains are throwing me off because I'm not used to mountains in Uruguay. But not awful. It's still not awful. Okay, this one's going to be tough. I did remember that the person to beat did not do very well in this round. Because there's not much to go on. This looks like Southeast Asia. There's a bike. Okay, there's like lotus. I don't know if that's lotus, actually. That could be another plant, but... Sun. Sun is probably in the north, I assume, or in the south. Except it kind of actually looks like it's in the north, which is a problem. Because it doesn't look like Brazil to me. I have no idea what that is. Oh, that's another bird, I assume. Right, so there's a couple options. Option A is Brazil. I don't think this is Brazil. But it could be Brazil. If the sun's in the north, it's probably Brazil. Or it's Indonesia. We already had Indonesia once. We could have Indonesia again. That is true. We could definitely have Indonesia again. I mean, it's either Indonesia or Thailand, right? / Cambodia. The sun being in the north, I mean, it's pretty... I mean, it's not... This is the south. The sun's not in the south, so it's in the north. So it's either Indonesia or Brazil. Pick which one. Nice bug right there. Finally, not a bug that's not a software bug in Geoguessr. Anyway, it could also be Sri Lanka. Well, no, because the sun's in the north. So it's not Sri Lanka. So I think it's got to be Indonesia because I don't see this being Brazil. It could be Brazil. I could be really wrong and get like 20 points, or actually probably like 5 points. Let's see. It was Sri Lanka. Okay. So Sri Lanka, my first instinct was actually Sri Lanka, but the sun indicated Southern Hemisphere. I mean, yeah, sure, whatever. Okay. Next round. We're not doing that well. This looks like Mexico. I guess, but at the same time... Ooh, this one's tricky, because it looks like Mexico, right? But it's so green. What part of Mexico is so green like this? I mean, something weird in southern Mexico, I assume. It's obviously not going to be northern Mexico. That's pretty obvious. Could it be Guatemala? The sun's in the south. Right, kind of, yes, it's in the south. Okay, so this looks Latin American. At first glance, it could be Mexico, could be Guatemala. I'm very, very tempted to move myself to Guatemala, and I think I will, because the mountains in Mexico have a different camera style. I mean, I can't move, obviously. I think I have to go with Guatemala. I don't know. I really don't know. But Guatemala is my best guess at the moment. I don't remember if they do a single yellow or not in Guatemala. Of course, Colombia is another option. Oh yeah, Colombia is another option. It's a really good option. So good that I might go with it. But I'm kind of scared to go with it. This could very well be Colombia. It's either Guatemala or Colombia. If I get Guatemala, you know, if I do well here, I'm through, right? If I get Guatemala, I'm going to be through, probably. 7-4, what do I need? 13. Okay, so not necessarily, but close. If I get Colombia correct, I'm going to be close as well. But which one does the yellow lines like that? This is not Japan. I don't think it's Japan. That kind of looks like something you'd find in Japan, but I don't think we are in Japan. This looks much more Latin American. Now, yeah, the question continues, Colombia or Guatemala. Colombia is a good idea. Where in Colombia does it look like this? I have to go with northern Colombia, but I feel like this could be Guatemala. I mean, maybe, right, Guatemala was my first instinct before I remembered about Colombia, but I guess my first instinct was Mexico, which could still be Mexico. That. I don't know what that is. It's kind of like a valley. Problem is, I don't know Guatemala. I have to go with it. It was Mexico. It was northern Mexico. Okay, so I have to do really well in the last round. I need 8 and 5. Yeah, I'm pretty much eliminated. Of course, actually, this looks like the coast of France or the coast of Italy. We're in Europe. Water to the north. This is not. Well, this could be parts of France, but I pretty much need at this point 13-4. I need 4,500 points. I don't think I'm getting 4,500 points on this one. I'll say that right now. White lines like that. I mean, I guess that's pretty much everywhere. This looks more French than it does anything else. Could this be a reunion? Well, where's south? South is right here. That's where the sun is. Okay, so we're in the south. It looks kind of tropical, though. I mean, could it really be reunion? No, because there's snow right there. So that's reunion is not an option anymore. So, but where could there be like that? I mean, unless we're right here, which is a possibility, right? Because where else? We have to have nothing right there. Water, town, and then nothing. Town, yes, and then nothing. Maybe we are there because, I mean, what else could it be? It could be one of these spots as well. Could be down here, but Banyuls-Sume. I can't really tell. Because it's not anywhere here, because it's squarely to the north. It's not there, and I see it's not anywhere here, because then north would be right into the land. And Italy, I mean, Italy, there's a lot of spots where it could be like this. It seems more like a French camera to me than it does Italy. So that's an option. Banyuls-Sume is another option. Right, but that, I don't think there's something like that right there. There would also need to be a highway. Maybe we are in Banyuls-Sume. It's my best guess. I don't think I'm more than likely eliminated at this stage because I don't really have no idea where this is. I have a good guess, but, you know, that's, I mean, what else? Greece? Greece would not have red roofs like that, not in that amount. This looks like a French camera to me, like, you know. I've got to stay there. Nope, in the Canaries. Okay, so that will be it for the King of Landscape. 10-259 is definitely not going to be enough to advance based on the players still there. However, I will still continue recording these, maybe? Yes, I think I don't know, actually, because they're harder now, or at least they feel more frustrating now, so I don't know if I will record these. Initially, I thought, well, I'm still allowed to do that, but I don't really think that that I'll continue doing it. To be honest, like, I mean, the locations are interesting, but sometimes it's kind of frustrating. So I will probably, this will be the last video for the King of Landscape, unless, of course, I somehow advance, which is very unlikely, considering that I will now be last. Yes, because Kella was previously last. So I will be last. So yeah, definitely, pretty much no chance. Actually, I think at this point I will be officially eliminated, even no matter what the result is of the other players. I will be eliminated at this stage. So that'll be it. The World Cup of Geoguessr is starting up very soon, starting up this weekend. There will also be the Mountain Tournament, curated by CoStar, which will work starting with a 2 challenge, 3 times 2 challenge, then moves up until the final is a 5 level challenge, or I believe 5 level challenges, something like that. It's like a best of 5 kind of scenario. It's not just single elimination bracket. It is more standard, so more like American sports kind of way. So we can look forward to videos of that. I will be recording both tournaments as I progress, and depending on how long I stay in them. The World Cup of Geoguessr is at least going to be several, because it's starting with groups before you get into the knockout stages, so we will see. But for now, until next time, see you.